Hey, this is Trish, and today I received a wonderful package in the mail, and it is this right here. It is this songbook. It's a Reader's Digest songbook. If you're old like I am, you might remember Reader's Digest. But this is, because my parents had them, the Reader's Digest condensed books. I mean, we had tons of them because we were subscribers to the books as they would, come out. It was a subscription thing. And so I grew up with Reader's Digest and the little magazines as well as the condensed books and National Geographic and Popular Mechanics and Scientific American and all that jazz. So, so Reader's Digest also had a series of songbooks. And these are American songbook types of music. I mean, they cover music from the big bands and jazz and standards and Broadway show tunes. And I found this online on Amazon, and these books are out of print. And so I treated myself to buying some of these because I didn't know if I would ever be able to buy these ever again. Yeah, it's like that. So I bought 5. I was able to find 5 of them. And there are a few more lurking out there that I need to get. But this is the first one that has arrived. And I've got 4 more on the way. And it's what I love about this is that it's got information about every song. In the Mood. I love, love, love this song. In the mood, get me in the mood. All right. And I just found, as I was going through this, I found my favoriteest big band song ever. Like, it makes me cry just to think of it, and that is Moonlight Serenade. I love that song. Like, I can't even tell you. I didn't even know there were words to that song until just now. But going through and just looking at all the songs in here, you see, these are the kind of songs that I grew up listening to because my mother didn't allow me to listen to the radio. And I was a kid when MTV came out. And the first time my mother saw Madonna, she was one of those people who called up the cable channel and the cable company and said, you block this from my TV, because you could do that back then. I don't know if you can still block a station specifically anymore, but back then you could do it. And so, anything that was remotely modern or current, my mother didn't want me listening to it or being exposed to it. So I watched old black and white movies on PBS, and AMC was new at that time. AMC wasn't 24/7. It was only on from like noon until about midnight. And they would play the same 2 movies over and over back to back all day long, Saturdays and Sundays. Or I think actually every day they did it. But I just remember because Saturdays, Sundays, I wasn't at school. So when I watched a musical, say like Anchors Away, or Singing in the Rain, well, I got to see it like 4 or 5 times in a day, each one, and when I had to go to rehearsal, it was so funny. I would go to rehearsal, and then when I got back to rehearsal, it was usually the same movie about where it left off when I had to leave for rehearsal because, they just flip-flopped. So I grew up with this music. And I think this is why I'm kind of thinking about all of this, is that I was in a rehearsal recently with my friend Kelly, who's one of the newest members of my band, and he made the comment, because we were talking about different styles of music and like different songs of that are, I'm gonna fix the light, different songs like modern music, like 50s, 60s and 70s rock music specifically. And I said, yeah, I came to all of that music late. He said, it's so interesting that, that you've never been exposed to that, and here you're being exposed to it for the first time. I felt like a lab rat, like I'm a science experiment or something. It's like, no, I didn't grow up with all this stuff. And I was a kid in the 80s. So no, I mean, I wouldn't have been listening to the Eagles and Led Zeppelin anyway, not in the 80s, it was, Culture Club and Wham and Duran Duran, because I did hear it when I went to my friend's house. And the only reason my mother let me have the Duran Duran album is because she thought the lead singer of Duran Duran, Simon Le Bon, she thought he looked like Elvis. So there's that. And the only reason she let me have the Wham album that had this song, Wake Me Up Before You Go Go. Wake me up before you go go, don't leave me like a dog. You know that song? Yeah, she liked that because she happened to catch a bit of the video when she came to pick me up at a friend's house. And the video was on TV. And she happened to see their shirt, George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley, their shirt said Choose Life. So she thought they were pro-life, and she's very Catholic. Yeah. That's what I grew up with. But aside from that, this is the music I grew up listening to. And so it's been amazing just to look through these songs. I have so many memories of these songs, of singing some of these songs in shows, because again, a lot of these songs come from Broadway shows, or just listening to these songs on the oldies radio station. This is wonderful music. And so I'm very grateful that I was raised on this music, as well as, you know, musical theater, as well as jazz, as well as, you know, the 80s music, you know, that I, you know, had to listen to at the time, with friends and whatever. Like I came across one song in here, Java Jive, and it instantly brought me back to when I was doing a show that we took all the way to international competition, and we won the international competition. This was in South Korea, and we would sing this standing in the lobby, because it was this huge lobby with marble and everything, so it had this great echo resonating chamber effect to it, so you could, it was just wonderful. So, you know, when you do something like this, when you do something for yourself, you know, it brings back a lot of good memories. And, you know, trip down memory lane does not even begin to describe this. So, you know, as a singer, I need this because this is a wealth of music, because actually I've been looking at buying some of these songs, and when you start buying songs online, and they're like $5 a piece, some of them are $5.75 per song, and one of these books costs $10 plus $15 shipping, so like $25 to get one of these books. Reader's Digest Songbook, for those of you who want to buy more of these for me. You know, the $25 it costs for this to have all of these songs, and each one of these songs has show information about at the top, you know, it's just, I don't know, it's just cool. So I'm rambling, as I often do, but it's just been a wonderful day, and this has been a wonderful, it's one of the few things where I can look back on my childhood and my upbringing and smile and not feel pain. Because there was a lot of pain growing up. And the one thing that kept me sane was music. So, all right. I will let you go, and I will see you tomorrow. I love you. Bye.